the internet. All right, so let's look at each of these four individually and see what we have here on this house shot. All right, the first one we're gonna look. Welcome back to the channel for another comparison review. Today we're gonna look at four different asymmetrical hybrids that are from the 7 Brands of Brunswick. Those four balls are going to be the new Brunswick Hypnotize, the Hammer 3D Offset Assault, very popular one, the Track Theorem, and also a ball you've seen in a few of my videos already, the Hammer Pure Envy. So today we're going to come out on this house shot. I just shot a video for the Hypnotize, so now I'm going to shoot this video around the same lane on 37. The lanes are in a little bit of transition. That way we can see if the difference in these four hybrid bowling balls. But before we get into that, make sure you do that thing. Hit that like, subscribe, turn on that bell for notifications so you know my content hits the internet. All right, so let's look at each of these four individually and see what we have here on this house shot. All right, the first one we're going to look at, because the video I just did, we're going to look at the Brunswick Hypnotize, brand new ball. It just came out on February 20th. All right, the ball, the core, and the numbers on it, and then the cover. Now this ball out of the box comes at 500, 2,000 as the finish. I hit it with 2,000 by hand just to get a little bit into the cover, just because it was shining up from my last video. Without further ado, we're going to see what that one does now the lane's in some transition. All right, we're going to start right where I finished that video. We're going to be right around 11, 12 at the arrows. From the way this house shot is, that's about where I'm going to play. Well, that's a bad one. Yeah, they are transitioning after sitting down a little bit. Bad shot. The ball had a lot more motion than it did during my video. So the lanes are transitioned, so I'm going to have to move left. All right, so we're going to move left here. All right, we're almost in the nosebleeds already. Just starting this video. But I am, with these asymmetricals, I am going to play farther left anyway. And as I stated in my Hypnotize video, this ball with the layout that's on it, which is right there, the dual angle layout, with the bigger drilling angle, even though this is a stronger asymmetrical piece, it is going to give me more length and more continuation, in a sense, down lane, rather than a sharp motion like the last one did. I just got that one in the dry and I was a little too slow. All right, one more time and we'll switch over to another ball. Now all four of these balls, I did scratch them with, oh, actually I shouldn't say it. All three of these balls, 3 of the 4 I scratched with 2,000 before we started, because that's the surface I'm going to keep them at. Oh, look at that, 9 pins again. But with the Pure Envy, we're just going to throw that one last, because I've done a lot more videos on that one so far than the other 3. That one is 360 and 1,000, because it has that hybrid cover features a little more solid. This hybrid cover, which I'm sorry I didn't mention in my last video, it looks a little more shiny in a sense, so it might be, I'm not sure if it's 2 parts solid, 1 part pearl, or the other way around, but the colors on it look pretty good. All right, time to switch over to another ball. All right, so the next ball on the road is going to be the Hammer 3D Offset Assault. Make sure you take time to watch my video on my ball review on that one once you're done with this one. So here's the core, the numbers, then the cover that's on that ball. And this ball looks, to me, how red it is, it looks almost like it's like a half and half, but that might be just the way the pour is on the ball. All right, now if you saw my 3D Offset Assault video, this is the dual angle layout that's on that ball. It is slightly different than some of the first drillings I put on the ball on my first ball reviews, but we're going to go out here and see what it does. Now from that review, this ball looks like I have to play a little bit straighter, where the Hypnotize, I can go a little more left to right, and that's just a different drilling angle. This one, I believe, is at 55, that one was at 70. So I'm going to throw a little straighter these first couple. Hopefully it won't jump off the dry like the Hypnotize did. There we go. Yep, nice and smooth, very round. With that layout, I matched it up pretty well. This is a ball I'm going to use probably more on the fresh before the lanes do start transitioning, because it just, as you can see, it blends out the oil to the dry really well. It's nice and smooth, very predictable. There's not really a big change of direction, so it's very controllable when it does hit the dry. All right, let me move a little left, see if it gets a little quicker than that last one, because I am moving in a little more oil. Ooh, threw that one way out there. Oh, got away with one. Threw one way out in the dry. Still, even though I was a little more angle in the front, threw it more to the right, it is still nice and round. Even with that 2000 grit on it, it's not, doesn't have this big change of direction for me. It's very, very predictable in the motion it's making. All right, one more shot and we'll switch over to the Theorem next. All right, just try not to throw it too far to the right, trying to make too good of a shot. More like that. That was really good. That one you can see I rolled it more in my natural release, not trying to make the ball do something different. It's revving up nice, blended the wet dry, absolutely perfect. All right, I'm going to switch over the Theorem and we'll see what that ball does. All right, and unfortunately I didn't do a ball review on this one. I don't know why. That was just, I should have, but I didn't. All right, so there's the Theorem core, the core numbers, and then the cover. And like I said, I did scratch this one up with 2000. Like I did with the Vaporize and stuff like that, just so to get through the compound. This is a weaker hybrid cover. It looks like it's mostly pearl, so I do need that little bit of grit in there to help it out. All right, starting the same spot. This ball should be quicker off the dry because of the cleaner cover. Now, since I did scratch it, it was a little bit smoother than I would like because I did scratch it right before we started here, so it does have a little more of the 2000 on it. But then as it shines up, it should get a lot quicker down lane. Oh, I'm sorry. And then almost forgot, the dual angle layout on this Theorem is right there. So one of the first balls I drilled, so it is with that with the 5-inch pin placement compared to some of these other ones that I have. I'm going to compare to these other balls where I'm going to change some layouts. I'm very confident in this ball. I won a tournament earlier this year with it, so very comfortable with this Theorem. A little bit too far to the right with that one. Got my elbow out. Trying to make sure I'm away from the camera. All right, so not sure if I threw 3 shots or not. I don't know, that was only 2. Getting a little old in my old age, not remembering. All right, throw one more shot here without moving. Keep my elbow in. Throw it a little bit better than that. Absolutely perfect. Just love that ball. The way I laid it out, the way taking the compound off it, I'm very comfortable with the shape that it makes, and I can rely on it to make that same shape all the time. All right, we'll move over to the 4th ball, the Pure Envy, and see what that does. All right, so I'm sure you've seen a couple videos already with the Pure Envy, my ball review and the comparison review that I did with the Mesmerize. There's the core numbers right there, and then the cover. And like I said, on this ball I did do 360 1000 because it looks a little more like a solid than a hybrid for that other video. And I didn't scratch this one up though. The other 3 I did with 2000. I left it right where it was from that last video. And the dual angle layout on this one is right there. It's one of the first balls I drilled, so it does have that 5-inch pin. All right, this one's probably a little stronger than all those, a little more change of direction than the Hypnotize, because it has a 5-inch pin rather than 4, but we're gonna see. And more grit on it. It has 1000 instead of 2000. Yeah. Blending out this house pattern pretty well. But that one is a lot slower. It's not as slow. It seems like it's not as slow than the 3D offset assault. It looks like it's a little bit quicker. It could be because the 5-inch pin layout where the hammer Assault has a 4 3/4 inch pin, but that's not much of a difference. Maybe I just kind of like maybe I just fix this lane to where I can just throw it left to right and enjoy myself. Still not good. This one I am a little more comfortable with the shape. It does get down the lane, but it does rev up and then tip the way I want. As long as I throw it from wet to dry in the right way. And this ball is a ball I'm going to be using probably more on the medium fresh patterns. It's a little too strong, the ball on long patterns so far. All right, see if I can throw a better one here. Oh, that's really out there. Woo! All right, a little too much angle in the front of the lane. All right, so now we're going to switch over. I'm going to throw all 4 of the balls. I'm going to make a big jump left and see if I get test the limits and show you how different these balls are. Now I'm going to move into more oil. Now I kind of, after a couple of videos, kind of tore up right around second arrow. Now the Hypnotize should be nice and smooth down lane. Shouldn't more of a archy, continuous type motion. That's the way it was during my video. Hopefully it'll be that way here. I have to come around them a little bit just to get them the shape right. Kind of like that. Hey, doesn't matter how you throw it, guys. Just throw the repeat shots every time. Rev rate, axis rotation, axis tilt. They're just all numbers, man. Use those numbers to your advantage. All right. I go the hammer assault. I'm sorry, the hammer 3D assault. It's not going to do that, make that shape. It's probably going to struggle to get up the hill because of how smooth it is and how round it is, but we'll see. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Very round, very slow. Where the Hypnotize was able to come off of that spot because of the bigger drilling angle that's on that one. It was able to get down lane and get through the fronts a lot better than what this 3D offset assault is doing. That's really round. That one's gonna be more towards for medium patterns as well. Okay, the shiniest of the 4 right here, the regular Theorem. Like that. Got into more oil. It was like a rounder beast. It's similar to the Hypnotize. The Hypnotize is just stronger than that. It's digging through. It's revving, not revving up, but you can see it makes its shape, its motion. That's the core is taking over, and it's just nice and smooth off the back end. If I had less volume in the front, that ball would probably jump a little bit more. All right, now the Pure Envy, same spot. This one should be closer to the Hypnotize, but it should be earlier and a little rounder. Oh, that's a bad one. Helped it. Helped it a lot. Still need to practice getting in there and throwing it left to right. All right, guys, we're gonna throw 4 more shots. I'm gonna move another zone left and really test the limits of these balls. Now, it's the main reason why I drill this Hypnotize is to get all the way in here. I knew I was doing this video, that's why I didn't showcase it in the other ball review. So let's see, I'm gonna move up, gonna have to go slower. Create a little more angle in the front. That way I can get it to the dry earlier so the shape's right. Kind of like that. Didn't post it right, but now with these newer layouts, I'm able to do what I want to do with the bowling balls. Seems like when I was using some of the other layouts, it was getting me to overcorrect or trying to make the ball shape the right way, where I don't want to do that. I want to just roll it the way I want to roll it, with my hand position, with my, my stats. And with these few new layouts, I'm able to do that. Now this ball is not going to be for this, but we're still going to showcase it. I need to practice getting in here anyway. Oh, not bad. I got it to the dry earlier, and it's shaped pretty good. The more I'm getting comfortable with the surfaces I have, with the layouts, and these shapes that they're making, now that I've been using these balls for about a couple of months now, I'm really able to just relax and roll the ball the way I want, compared to when I was throwing other stuff. I really felt like I had to really manipulate the ball, or try to manipulate it, in order for it to shape the right way. All right, let's do the regular theorem in there. Same thing, a lot slower. We're gonna shape it. Ooh, get out of there, 9-pin. Elbow out a little bit, but ball helped me out. All right, one last shot with the Pure Envy and we'll be all done. Not sure if this one's gonna make it all the way, but the Hammer's 3D offset assault did. This one should as well. Oh, that's in. That's in. Oh! A little left down lane. All right, guys. Thanks for watching my ball review comparison of 4 asymmetrical hybrids from the Brands of Brunswick. We went with the new Brunswick Hypnotize, the Hammer 3D Offset Assault, the regular original Track Theorem, and last, the Hammer Pure Envy. All right, make sure you do that thing, hit that like, subscribe, turn on that bell for notifications so you know when my content hits the internet, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.